on the range with our first ever rifle review. This is the Rossi M92. We're going to start on the far left. We're going to do 2 shots on the first torso, and then we're going to knock down each of the 5 zombie heads. Those are the green things sticking up, making fun of me. Then we'll do 2 shots on the torso on the right. And I have 10 rounds, that's 9 shots. Clear out at 40 yards, an 8-inch steel gong. I get 1 try at the mothership. I mean, the steel gong at 40 yards.
Alright everyone, it's my turn to shoot the Rossi M92 on a little bit different course than you guys are used to seeing. What we've got behind me is we've got a bowling pin shaving cream setup, where we got 6 bowling pins and of course my favorite, the shaving cream stays.
You've seen this done with cowboy guns before, where they plink with tin cans and shoot them off a fence. What we have is our own fence with bowling pins, because Allie likes bowling, and this seems like a way to get even with all the pins she misses with the bowling ball. So, you go, Annie Oakley. Doesn't work, racket. Oh!
Alright everyone, we are back from the range with our Rossi M92. Get ready to give it a final review.
We still scored this on 8 categories. It's going to be a little bit different than the handgun. We're going to start off with the comfort of grip. This rifle is comfortable. It feels good. My hands fit on it properly. Above average, actually. I gave this a 4.
Being the first rifle reviewing, it's hard to judge what is average and what is bad and what is good, so bear with me guys. Eventually I'll get it, just hold on. But
you said that about her learning to drive.
For the first time shooting a rifle, it did feel nice. It felt comfortable, which is what I would expect. I mean, if it's a rifle and you're going to be shooting it off your shoulder multiple rounds, you want it to be comfortable. You don't want it to hurt. You don't want it to be so heavy that it starts to hurt your shoulder, at least in my mind. So I just gave it a standard 3 out of 5. It met my expectation.
Let's talk about the second category, and this one's different. We don't have this category for handguns. Balance. How easily it swings up into position. The 20-inch barrel on this Rossi makes it sweeps into position completely natural, like it was just made. It's like a dance partner where you don't have to explain it. You're not stepping on their toes. They're just there with you. So I'm doing a ballet of bullets. At any rate, I'll stop gushing. I love the balance on this. I gave it a 5.
It felt good holding it. It didn't feel too heavy. It didn't feel to pull in either up or down, like it was too light or anything like that. It did seem to just meet my expectation of a rifle, I guess, so I just gave it a 3.
Let's talk about sights. This has stock Buckhorn sight. I'm a big fan of buckhorn sights, and these sights work really well. Putting that front beaded sight in the and adjusting for distance is good. Above average. I gave it a 4.
I've never seen sights like this before, but I was able to hit it on target. I was able to line up fairly easily the insight into the little cup right here, and it just lined up every time. I didn't have a lot of difficulty with it, and it did seem easier in some cases than other stuff that I've shot, so I agree, 4 out of 5.
Well, let's talk about the trigger. I'm a big fan of the trigger on this Rossi. It was a very clean break, and you knew where it was going to break and when every time. You didn't accidentally send a round off downrange, and I really appreciated that. And it's not so stiff or gritty that it affects your aim, where you're going to shift and move a little bit. I like the trigger a lot, giving it a 4 as well.
I really liked the trigger on this gun. It was nice, it was soft, and again, it did, like you said, it didn't misfire. There was no guesswork. You knew when it was going to fire, and it was so nice shooting this. It felt so comfortable, and so I gave it a 4 as well.
Let's talk about the action. What chambers around in the gun. So rifles will be bolt action, they can be lever action, they can be pump action, not as common with rifles, but we'll do shotguns eventually as well. And semi-auto. The action on this is very clean, it works well. I'm giving it a 4 for this.
First time shooting, it still worked very nicely and very cleanly. There was a couple times where I didn't get it back up here, and I had to catch myself and make sure it clicked back up completely. But it was just, maybe because I'm left-handed and I'm still getting used to this, it was a little awkward, but still it worked. So I gave it a 3.
We're going to go with perceived recoil. There is still almost no recoil. You don't have to worry about it. You don't think about it. You don't even really brace yourself for it. You put the rifle in the correct position, and all you have to focus on is hitting your target. And I'm a huge fan of that. I love shooting 357 Magnum out of a rifle platform. For perceived recoil, I'm giving this a 5.
I loved being able to shoot this gun, and there was very little to recoil. There was just very little recoil, and I love that about this. And there's a confidence level when the gun is not jerking in your hand. So I gave it a 4.
Let's talk about accuracy. This is really, really accurate and easy to overlap your shots. And I put 3 shots at 40 yards on the 8-inch gong. This is an accurate gun. I talk too much sometimes. I'm told that a lot. But for accuracy, I'm giving this a 4.
I did not miss once, which is an amazing feeling to have when shooting a gun. Not only does it boost the confidence level, but it makes me feel almost more experienced. Like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm awesome, I'm more than just a rookie. But I loved that about this gun, and it's just, you put those sights on target, and bam, it's gone, or there's a hole right where you wanted it to go. I loved the accuracy on this gun. I actually gave it 5.
Let's talk about reliability. It is rock solid, whether you're loading 38 Special or 357 Magnum through it. It runs clean, it cycles, it spits the brass out in all kinds of fun ways, but it works dead solid every time. I'm giving it a 5 for reliability.
If I needed a rifle for a home defense, right now, I mean, this is the only one I've shot, but I would pick this one because I would trust this gun. I believe that it could
Saves your life.
Save my life and protect me if I needed to fire a rifle. And again, no failures to eject. It would boom every single time. So 5 out of 5, definitely. I would totally rely on this gun.
Well, let's total this up. It's our first rifle review. We managed to find 8 categories again, 1 through 5. I gave this a 35.
When you total up my score, it does come out to a 31.
This Rossi lever action retails for $650.
Okay.
And
not bad.
For a lever action rifle, you can expect to pay a lot more and not get a lot more for your money. When these rifles are available, and they're a little hard to come by, especially in the stainless 20-inch version, you can expect to pay anywhere from $550 on up. And for that price, again, this is a favorite among cowboy action shooters, the Rossi line, because they work so well. They are very striking to look at, and they're relatively inexpensive. So huge thumbs up. You can't see my thumb. Huge thumbs up for our first rifle experience on Cats and Camo.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you enjoyed this video, point those crosshairs at the like button down below. And send us some ideas for more rifles to shoot, because this was fun.
Send us more rifles. We have access to an FFL. We can do this.
But put those those suggestions in the comment section down below. And stay tuned for more reviews coming next week. See you then.